Daredevil Season 2, Episode 10, The Man in the Box. Things are really heating up by the end of this episode. This is definitely a fun one. We actually did get to see Fisk again. I was actually really glad that I was wrong about that, because that was one of the best scenes of this episode, where Matt goes to see Fisk and it's like, I know you did this, and it was really simple. He's like, give him the questions. Of course, Fisk is denying everything, and he hits him with Vanessa, like, do I remember meeting you? It's like, yes, I remember her very, very well. And I don't have to break a single law to take you down. And I think what he did, I don't know if that's what they're hinting at with the ending scene with Fisk, where he wanted to go over Matt's files. But I think he understood after he got punched, like when he was drinking the wine, which was really funny, out of the little plastic cup. But I think when he did that and he realized he took that punch, I think he remembered, like, I got punched like that by the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. And I feel like that's where they're leading things. Like, he's going to figure out, or at least assume, Matt is Daredevil. And I think that's a very cool concept, which is also very interesting. But that was a great scene when he got Superman. He breaks out of the handcuffs and he's just slamming him down, and Matt, like, hits him with an uppercut and stuff. But that was a really good scene, and Matt couldn't go all out because it took him a lot in the last season anyway to take him down. But of course he couldn't go all out. Like, he's just like whooping on this guy or something and spinning and flipping and kicking, because that's pretty obvious as a blind guy. If he wasn't blind, maybe not as crazy, but still probably would have given him away a little bit. But that was a really great scene. They of course have apparently Stick killing everybody off. I still don't know 100% if he's the one who put the order out on everyone that was involved, like on the DA and the ME guy, but it's someone that knows about Frank, and I assume that may be the Hand more than Stick, but Stick definitely sent that guy to kill Elektra, who finally got her side, which is very cool. The guy pulled him out. I was like, yes, she's gonna kill this guy, and she's gonna actually have her side now. So that was really sweet the way that they did that, because I thought he was gonna pull a gun out, and then he pulls him out. I was like, that's very awesome. So now she's gonna have her sort of classic comic book weapons. So I'm very excited to see that play out. Of course, Frank goes to Karen at the end, towards the end of this episode. It's like, I wasn't the one killing those people, and it kind of makes it. And it's really funny that that's how it turned out. Because when it first happened, I was like, that was a little weird. Like, he shot that place up, and that was the first thing I thought. I was like, because he shot it. It happened a couple times, but then it just kept going. I was like, well. It was like, he did do that. That was like his introduction when he killed all the the Irish mob off. But I was like, that was also like a dozen guys or something, so it made sense during that scene. But during this, it was like, that's like a buttload of stuff. If he knew she was in there, he could just boom. We've seen him use sniper rifles. He is a scout sniper. That's what he told Karen. So I was like, that is a little weird that he shot the place up, and it made sense, but I was like, okay, he took her down, but at the same time, it still was a little bit weird. And then the ME guy was like, all right, they're definitely killing targets that it makes sense that he would go after. And the thing, when he, the picture of the skull, his x-ray inside of her daughter's backpack, that didn't really make any sense either. I was like, that doesn't really seem like something he would do. Like, he's not threatening, he's not like scaring people. He'll just like blow your brains out and they'll just walk away. He doesn't care. So I was like, okay, maybe he did that to warn her, maybe to get the daughter out of the way. That seemed like something that kind of made a bit of sense to me. Although, once again, like, considering how she died, you could have just killed her right in the office. It wouldn't have made a difference. But whoever it really is, which I'm assuming is the Hand for some weird reason, and I would love to get this answer by the next episode. But someone's sending these people out to, kill off people that are assumed to be like targets that Frank would go after. So very interesting, and of course they shoot up the place at the end of the episode. Frank gets Karen out of there, so they're going to be on the run from whoever. Elektra of course is going to have to go back to warn Matt that Stick has now betrayed them, because they didn't join his little party, so he's super mad. I guess that scene was, I was like, that's a little petty to me that he sent this dude to kill Elektra off because she changed her mind and didn't want to join this big ongoing war. And it's just like, man, that's that's super petty. That's just like really petty. He's got like crazy martial arts people, and he's like, screw that, go kill Elektra because she made me mad. Like, that's basically what happened there. So, yeah, that random dude, Jacques, he gets killed off, and Elektra's gonna go back, I would assume, to warn Matt. Um, I'm curious if she's gonna warn him first or try to kill Stick herself, which once again might lead to her dying, because I think that is kind of her storyline, is that she does die and then she's brought back to life. I could easily be wrong about that because I mentioned before I don't know that much about Elektra, and it is sad to say it, but I seriously only know Elektra from like that spin-off movie from the crappy Daredevil movie, so that's really it. And Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which gives no backstory, you just get to play as her. So don't really know her story, but I do believe that is a part of her story, is that she dies and comes back to life. Like, that is her thing. I know for a fact that she dies. That's one of like the biggest comics in comics, is Elektra actually dying. But I know she comes back, and I think they actually make it a part of her story. So I think she might go against Stick and lose, and then she might kind of get incorporated into the Hand, or something like that, and as an ally if they decide to bring her back. Which apparently, whatever they did to these kids turns them into like weird, like creepy things, because that was a great ending to this episode. It was like, and that was the scene I mentioned for the last review, like that was the scene I was waiting for, with all the ninjas going up the wall. That was like my favorite part of the trailer outside of Elektra, which was a big reveal for me at the time. So I was really happy to see that, and then they have all the sirens and stuff going off and lights flashing, and they just have like these kids just standing there not saying anything. It was super creepy. I was like, this is like straight out of a horror movie, and it's just noises going off and ninjas grappling up, and Matt's like on the roof, he's just there waiting. Fortunately, he didn't leave, because if Claire actually convinced him to go to sleep, then he wouldn't have been around to help. So he was definitely right, because I didn't think that was actually going to happen. I didn't think it was the hospital when I saw that scene from the trailer. So he definitely made the right choice. He's like listening. He's like, gotta get my gloves on. I gotta get my helmet on. He's gotta pump himself up for battle. So he's got to fight all these freaking ninjas. Karen's with Frank. I don't even know what to think about the stuff with Fisk. I think he does suspect that Matt might actually be Daredevil, just because, like, man, someone punched me super hard and it actually made me bleed. Not many people could probably really pull that off with Fisk. So I don't know. I think that's kind of where he's going with that, where he might suspect that Matt is going to end up being, or that Matt is Daredevil. So I don't know how that would play out, because he's Kingpin, so he is like the nemesis character for Daredevil. So it would kind of be an odd balance, because he'd have to kind of get rid of all his friends and stuff for real if Kingpin actually found out that Matt Murdock was Daredevil. So I don't really think that's going to be the case, but he might at least look into it and try to maybe find people that he's close to and stuff like that, just to mess with him while he's still in prison, because he threatened Vanessa. So that might be the way that he's kind of trying to play it for now. Like, you know what, let me get some more information on him, and probably had nothing to do with the Daredevil thing. But that was just the first thing I thought, because it was specific to like the punch, and it was like, I don't know if he has like that crazy, you made me bleed my own blood type memory or something weird. But that was the first thing I thought. But it could be just, I want to really destroy his life, because he punched me and he threatened to, make it where Vanessa could never come back to America. So that's probably more likely what it was. But I'm very excited for this next episode. With how it all amped up at the end, it was like, you'd think this was the 12th episode or something. Like, you would think the next one's going to be the last episode, with just how crazy it got at the end. But these kids are like weird zombie mind control things. We find out they have, I think Claire said, like 8 microorganisms inside their body, so they're like incubating and growing these crazy like viruses or germs or whatever they are. Like, we don't know. And the one guy actually killed his dad, so I'm not really sure. And that was a creepy scene too, and he's like, everything will be fine now, and he looked at him like that, and they were super close up. I was like, that was super creepy, but they cut right away and nothing happened. But then he killed his dad, and they were all just standing in the middle like it's a horror movie. So very excited for this next episode. But this is definitely a great one. Of course, definitely want to know what you guys thought about it, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And I'm assuming that it's either Stick or the Hand that's killing off all the people for Frank. I don't honestly, I have no idea why either of them would do that, but I assume it would have to be them. Otherwise, it's just more feds. Unless like the blacksmith character now knows that Frank might be coming after him, and that could be the case. I mean, if he has, if he's like that powerful. But I would assume this person is kind of involved with the Hand and everything that they do. So I want to know who you guys think is actually going after Frank. It's kind of only two choices. It's either got to be the Hand or Stick, or it's someone brand new, like I said. But I think it's the Hand because of all the drug stuff that they're involved in. I don't know what the heck is going to happen, like the whole Nobu thing, and whoever was in that like weird sort of chamber little thing, and that was like an incubation chamber actually. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I want to know who you think was trying to kill off all of Frank's targets and why they were trying to set him up as if, because he's not that big of a target. Like if it's the Hand, it seems like they'd be giving themselves away to do something like that. But I don't know, maybe they think Frank is actually that big of a target, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. And if it is Stick, then in that case I think it would make a lot more sense because he would know that Matt was kind of involved in that. He'd try to, I don't know, maybe do something that would just kind of distract him or something like that and have a bunch of people get killed off or whatever. But definitely want to know who you think is after, Frank's targets and why, they're taking all these people. And of course what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please comment below, let me know. And thanks for watching.